I wonder what is going on today.
Happy birthday, Mrs. West. Thank you for always being there when I need you the most. You're the most caring guardian I've ever had in this family.
Lawrence, I appreciate that.
Mrs. West, whatever I did wrong then I'm sorry.
Lawrence, have you ever felt very sad for a long time, seeming like it will never end?
Mrs. West, I only felt sad when I was bullied in school, but that was for 2 to 3 days, then I was back to normal.
Lawrence, you're old enough to tell you the truth, but
Tell me the truth.
the truth is I have suffered severe depression since late 1956. It started back in that year. I was dating a handsome jock who seems to only care about his fame there. He was the football captain. Back then, women weren't allowed to play on the team because of segregation laws that prevented such thing from happening. Just when I thought that man would be the one, he cheated on me, and when I found out, he bullied me and later assaulted me at his house for dodging every second chance he wanted. It tore me apart. My mom had turned against me and my father was kicked out, so I had nowhere to go.
My goodness, Mrs. West. That story made me want to cry for you. I didn't know that you had a boyfriend that didn't care about you one bit, that used you for his personal gain.
Not only that, but after that happened, I sheltered myself for a while every day after school under my mom's strict guidelines. Don't you hate it when people turn against you for being yourself?
Mrs. West, I hate it when people take you for granted then think your trauma is invalid. Your feelings are valid, but of course, some people don't know that.
After 1956, I made a new friend named Robert Smiley. He was an autistic, black man, but like me, he faced adversity. When he was bullied in school because he was different, plus he was discriminated against for being black. I went in there and told his bullies off, and when Smiley and I were alone, I comforted him, telling him I will always be there for him through good and bad moments. He was friends with me for nearly 10 years.
Mrs. West, I'm sure Smitley was a very sweet guy.
There unfortunately is a stereotype that black people are still being put down because of their skin color. Smiley was one of the most down-to-earth, nicest guys I had ever met. I wish he was still with me, but he took his own life at 23 years old nearly 15 years ago.
Why would a young man want to end his life?
Lawrence, he was suffering all the time. Even when we tried to help him, he was too far gone as society shunned him from the public. That is why he chose to end his life.
Mrs. West, I am so sorry that Smitley ended his life so soon.
That is why I am sometimes hard on you. I don't want you to end up like Smiley did in an early grave. I think it's time we part and sleep until tomorrow.
Paulina, what are you doing? Stop, don't do this to yourself.
Shut up, you useless lady. Nobody would want a whale for a wife.
You're under arrest, Diego. For attempted kidnapping of an innocent woman. Come with me to the police car now.
This isn't over, Paulina. One day, I will get you back for this. Just you wait.
It's over for you, bub. You decided to kill Dale, now you're kidnapping innocent women. Get in my car now.
I'm glad I wasn't arrested this time. Diego needs to really learn his lesson. Hopefully he's locked up in prison for life.
Paulina, that was insane. I don't know how you didn't get hurt jumping off our balcony. The way you dove off was cool, but I'm glad you stopped Diego from getting away, so as a result, he's in prison.
Let's go back to bed. I've had an eventful morning already. That is one adventure I'll be telling my kids in the future.